Okay. All right. I think we're pretty much good to go. Just give me 1 second just to get my shit set up, and I think we should be fine. We're still trying to fine tune our settings in regards to OBS, so I think we're pretty much good to go. Is it? Again, I may sound like shit, but we'll get the settings eventually. Mic is gonna get fixed. Okay. Let's see. Okay, it's fine. Perfect. Okay, so where were we the other day? Just give me 1 second. I just gotta actually reread this again. Okay. So again, I'm gonna have a 4-day in the next couple of days. So today's my last day. I'll have to go back to work on Monday. So I'll have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. But this was probably gonna get released tomorrow, but maybe I'll push it to Friday morning. We'll see. I'll work on this for 45 minutes until I have to go back to work. I'll come back later on. I'll get at least almost 2 hours worth of this. It should be done by today. Hopefully. Okay, so where were we? So let me read this again. In the eerie and unpredictable halls of SCP Containment Breach, powerlessness is not an occasional hurdle. It's the very foundation of player experience. This is a masterclass in psychological vulnerability, creating an environment where survival hinges on evasion, observation, sheer luck rather than brute force or offensive capability. From the moment the player steps into the chaotic containment facility, it becomes clear that the traditional routes of defense are virtually non-existent. The player cannot fight back. The gameplay loops around fleeing, hiding, and careful timing, emphasizing a fragile physicality that taps into our most instinctive survival fears. A key source of tension in SCP Containment Breach is the loss of control over one's body and environment. Movement is limited, the player's speed is never guaranteed, the way you interact with the world is desperate, and every moment feels like a panic-fueled gambit. His physical frailty makes every moment a test of endurance and quick reflexes, drawing players to a state of heightened anxiety. What truly distinguishes the game's design is how it forces players to constant tense observation, never certain when the next threat will appear and from which direction. Okay, that sounds good. Alright. So where do I want to go about this? Okay, yeah, we were going to talk about the specific SCPs I'll be using. Again, I wanted to use 046, but I don't know how I actually get him to fit properly into this. It's just because there's other SCPs that fit what I'm trying to get with better. Like, I mentioned 173 and its blinking gimmick, like with Doctor Who's Weeping Angels and 096 by staring at it. Because instinctively, when it comes to like getting scared, you want to blink like this, like blinking. Like it's like a reflex, like your body just has, just to immediately blink. And 173, like, God, just imagine like you're just terrified of something, you're just constantly blinking like you're cooked. Like 173 is just gonna kill you right there. And with 096, I don't know about some people, but if I'm scared of something or terrified of something, I just instinctively stare at that one thing. Like, holy shit, what the fuck? And with 096, that's the gimmick. If you stare at it for too long, all hell's gonna break loose. So I think those two SCPs actually do fit more into what I'm trying to actually get across. And 046 is cool, but I just don't know how I can actually fit them in here. Okay. So we were talking about this. Audience. I can't spell right now. And again, I apologize for the sound. I'm trying to fine tune the mic as best as I can. Like, this mic is a very sensitive mic, and as people can see, my voice is a little bit higher pitched. Hell, people are surprised I'm even my age. Like, damn, you sound like a fucking teenager. Damn, what the okay, shit. I'll take that as a compliment, or maybe not. But yeah, like I just have to keep on trying to fine tune this. So the deeper my voice gets, the better. But I just want to make sure people can actually hear me when I'm actually talking my videos. This is already hard as is because of the injury. Like, from time to time, I'll just start slurring and start like stuttering, and it just happens. Like this chest wound over here is just it's a pain in the ass when it comes to speaking. And again, it's similar to the Weeping Angels in Doctor Who. That episode was terrifying. There's a fruit fly in here. It's gonna piss me off so much. Yeah, physio watching. Try not blinking for like an extended period. Oh man. Again, like this is one of the scariest SCPs because you really can't do anything. Eventually, you're gonna have to blink against it. So this transforms an involuntary action. So we don't need to go into that much detail about the SCPs. Like we can just say that just for the other lore videos out there. Like there's hours worth of SCP lore out there on YouTube. So in contrast, SCP-096 turns observation, and I cannot spell right now. And again, like I said, I have a 4-day weekend, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So this video is going to get released. Maybe not tomorrow, but at least by Friday, this video will get released. It's a bit longer than usual, but I went to a lot of detail, so this will get done. I'll release it. I'll continue working on that Vera one because Yandere is apparently I have to go into extreme detail about that one, but we'll continue pushing out the content. I'm going to be going away from here, this exact spot, in a couple of like 10 days because I'm going on leave for like 2 weeks. So I'll be back home. So the backdrop will be different. I'll be in my anime weeb studio. Turns observation. Yeah, turns observation into a paradoxical. paradoxical danger. So we have this creature. I believe it has face, I believe. I can just fact check that work. Unstoppable pursuit. This will make like he would make the worst stalker imaginable, or at least a horror game stalker. So players gaze become both a tool and a trap. Much attention kills, but too little means you can't keep it near vision. It's ironic. It's very ironic. So this constant battle. Weird it out. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna read this over, but I'm gonna do a concluding sentence. I think we've gone into enough detail about it. I don't want to make the case studies that long, but as long as people get the basics, I think we're fine. So, it goes a little bit more detail. The facility itself, compounds this physical powerlessness. That's safe, yeah. So, lights flicker and fail. Always. Spots. I swear, when I get out of work, I'm gonna be spraying this whole entire room with Rite Aid. This fruit fly is dying tonight. Hold on. Work is texting. Oh, that's fine. Well, there goes my early release today. Generally, we're out of work by 5 o'clock, but normally during like days like this where we actually have like a long weekend, they'll let us out a little bit early. But apparently, I got a meeting at 3:30, and it's 12 o'clock. It's 12:18 right now, which kind of sucks. I mean, it is what it is. I'm off for 4 days, so beggars can't be choosers. I'll just embrace the suck. Opportunity. opportunities. So the environment I can spell environment. It's hostile and unpredictable. I cannot spell right now. Unpredictable. Offering no sanctuary. So player feels trapped. Imagine that the guy who plays Labyrinth in fucking Yu-Gi-Oh can't spell Labyrinth right now. There is some irony right there. It becomes a labyrinth. Shooting rules. Usual logic. Yeah, throw logic out the window in this game. Constant predictability reinforces chilling thematic. Constant unpredictability reinforces chilling thematic undercurrent. You're not alone. As soon as this gets released, I'll get back to working on Golden Sun. That's literally at the end of the script. I just needed to focus more on this in Vera's video because those were extremely complex. And I'm not saying the Golden Sun one's not complex, but in that release, I'm not really doing crazy stuff with Unity and Separate. You're being observed. Thing incomprehensible is a good word. Comprehensible. I think the worst SCP for me is the stairs. Oh my god. Just yeah. The stairs is what got me when I was actually just binging through SCP material back in the day. I'm like, wait, what? Holy shit. What a way to go. You're climbing down like a never-ending staircase, then you just get like jump scared by just a face at the bottom in the darkness. Like, wait, what? Alright, so your survival depends on understanding it. And even that, outsmarting. And I'm using that very loosely here. Outsmarting a system. Smarting a system that is indifferent. Indifferent and personal. Personal and so horror. The horror here isn't. This is a monster stalking you. It's an institutionalized, I guess, nightmare. I did not spell that right. Okay. Institutionalized. There we go. Institutionalized nightmare where control is illusion, where control is an illusion. And player. I need an analogy. Oh, okay, yeah, I got this. And a player is a test subject in an unending experiment. There we go. Is an experiment. Okay. And I cannot spell. And no. Actually, let's do this. The player is a test subject in an unending experience. It's a test subject. Ending experience. Okay. All right, let me just turn on my dodge and I'll read this. See how this sounds. So, in the airy and unpredictable halls of SCP Containment Breach, powerlessness is not an occasional hurdle. It is the very foundation of player experience. This game is a masterclass in physical vulnerability, creating an environment where survival hinges on evasion, observation, and sheer luck, rather than brute strength or offensive capability. From the moment the player steps into the chaotic containment facility, it becomes clear that the traditional tools of defense are virtually non-existent. The player cannot fight back. The gameplay loops around fleeing, hiding, and careful timing, emphasizing a fragile physicality that taps into our most instinctive survival fears. A key source of tension in SCP Containment Breach is the loss of control over one's body and movement. Movement is limited. The player's speed is never guaranteed. The way you interact with the world is desperate, and every moment feels like a panic-fueled gambit. This physical frailty makes every moment a test of endurance and quick reflexes, drawing players into a state of heightened anxiety. What truly distinguishes the game's design, is how it forces players into a constant, tense observation, never certain when the next threat will appear or from which direction. The infamous SCP-173 embodies this mechanic. It kills the player instantly if unobserved, so the player must maintain an impossible vigilance. Blinking or looking away means death. This mechanic weaponizes the player's basic physiology against them, transforming an involuntary action into a fatal liability. In contrast, SCP-096 turns observation into a paradoxical danger. Looking at this creature's face triggers an unstoppable pursuit and certain death. The player's gaze becomes both a tool and a trap. Too much attention kills, but too little means you can't keep it in your vision. Always proofread your stuff, but too little means you can't keep it in your vision. This constant battle over where and how to look injects a nerve-wracking tension into the gameplay. The facility itself compounds this physical. Jesus Christ, what was I doing here? Okay. I cannot spell right now. I cannot spell right now. Okay, the facility itself compounds this physical powerlessness. Lights flicker and fail, always become hotspots, and doors lock or slide open at inopportune moments. The environment is hostile and unpredictable, offering no sanctuary. The player feels trapped in a labyrinth with shifting rules where the usual logic of safety dissolves. The constant unpredictability reinforces a chilling thematic undercurrent. You're not just alone, you're being observed by something incomprehensible. Your survival depends on understanding. Your survival depends on understanding, and even then, outsmarting a system that is indifferent, impersonal, and mechanized. The horror here isn't a monster stalking you. It's an institutionalized nightmare where control is an illusion and the player is a test subject in an unending experiment. Okay, I like it. What time is it? Shit. We can start the next case study, but I definitely got to get ready to go back to work. So it's about 12:30. Sorry about that. Okay, so the next case study is going to be Tormented Souls. So we'll start that up when I'm done with IRL stuff later. I'll come do it again. So what I'm going to do is start that up, go back to work, hopefully be out by 5, go to the gym, dinner, come back, do this for like 2 hours, then probably do some more Vera Yandere's case study. Then hopefully by tomorrow, if it's not going to be done, like the video is going to be done, at least the script will be done. By tomorrow, the script is going to be done. Because there's only so much I can do. Like, I've already got to the case study. Case study 2 is on the way. I'll have case study 3 done today as well. The only thing left for me to do is just do my analysis of Friday the 13th, the final chapter, and how it ties into the narrative, then just write a conclusion. So this video is going to get released in a couple of days. Okie dokie. So, case study 2. How did I do this up here? Okay, case study 2 is Tormented Souls. Good game. Weird, but good game. Case study 2. That's going to be psychological powerlessness. Tormented Souls. I cannot spell right now at all. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'll start like the first passage, then I definitely got to get going. So we did about 30 minutes of work, which is good. So how do I want to start this? Okay. We're going to shift inward. Again, shout outs to Indie Horror. All right. So Tormented Souls embodies this biased disempowerment, plunging player into fractured payer, into a fractured reality, where memory, identity, and perception unravel. Okay. So what time is it? I'll do like another 3 minutes. And definitely gotta get moving. So again, as soon as I get back, after I'm done doing IRL stuff, we'll carry on with this. So that's. Did I spell this power? I spelled it. I hate Word so much. Word's telling me to get rid of disempowerment for disposal. What the hell? Why Word? So. Burning with amnesia in one eye. I love how this all ties back to a fragmented mind, or fragmented memories. Not spell that right. Fragmented memories. Fragmented memories. Mirror the player's growing disorientation. Disorientation. I did not spell that right. Growing disorientation. Which creates reading in an unsettling connection between character and player. And player. So, from the outset, Caroline's loss of self is palpable. Loss of self is palpable. She awakens. She definitely awakens to very weird circumstances. Butt-ass naked in a bathtub with the bukkake, with the hentai tube in your mouth. Ugh, God. She's awakened in a cold clinical environment. I'm not gonna spell this right. I'm speedrunning this. I'm a terrible person for this. With missing memories and a missing eye. I'm terrible. And a missing eye. Missing eye. Huh. I can do this. Yeah, I can do this. All right. So symbols of fractured identity and impaired perception. Oh my God. Oh, it's so bad. I'm terrible for that perception. Okay, let me just read this real quick, then I definitely got to get moving. Okay, so having examined physical powerlessness and SCP containment breach, we now shift inward into a labyrinth of the mind where horror takes on a deeply psychological form. Please proofread your stuff. Tormented Souls embodies this internalized disempowerment, plunging the player into a fractured reality where memory, identity, and perception unravel. At its core is Caroline, a protagonist burdened with amnesia and trauma. Her fragmented memories mirror the player's growing disorientation, creating an unsettling connection between character and player. From the outset, Caroline's loss of self is palpable. She awakens in a cold, clinical environment with missing memories and a missing eye. I'm gonna read that with a straight face. She awakens in a cold, clinical environment with missing memories and a missing eye. Symbols are a fractured identity and impaired perception. Okay, so unfortunately, I do have to get to work. So as soon as I'm done with IRL stuff, I'll come back and we'll continue on with this. This will be released in the next couple of days, so please bear with me. I was juggling two very complex projects at the same time. All right, besides that, we out. I'll see people later. Take care.